Welcome everybody out. Tonight's wellness topic information is inflammation. So inflammation can mean a lot of things. And Jade will take us through that. Without further ado, we'll send the time over to her.
Thank you, Ben. Oops, sorry. I have Ben here for the tech support. So this is actually, I just touched the side there. This is actually a topic that is very important, and we've had a call on this before, but it's been a long time, so we're revisiting it. So hopefully for some of you, this will be helpful, but we're going to redo this over and over because this is important for people to understand.
And for those of you who are listening, maybe after the fact, we're looking at jadebaldwin.com/information. Inflammation. Inflammation. So
yeah. So I'll just share with you a little bit of the background. So when I was 28, I had 4 kids, and they were all under 4. So I had twins, so it was full on. Of course, my body was tired and just understandably lacking in energy and sleep. But it was more than that. I was hurting all over. To the point where I couldn't lift a bag of groceries without hurting all over, and I'd wait for my husband to come home to help me with everything.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So, and the brain was foggy, and I was unhappy. So besides all the aches and pains, and the arthritis and the lupus in the hands, I had allergies, anxiety, headaches, and depression, asthma, eczema, and just a whole bunch of other things. And basically, it came down to 2 things. It was a fungus overgrowth and a cellular toxic load. So when people have a whole laundry list of stuff, right, sometimes it's overwhelming and you think, well, I'm broken. What's wrong? I don't know. I have to fix everything. But really, we just boiled it down to 2 main things. So we just needed to cleanse the cells of the fungus and the toxins. And once that happened, these health problems went away because, here's Debbie Gordon, she's our nurse here. You could get rid of some of the health problems, because some of the health problems basically is a name of a group of symptoms. And if the symptoms don't exist anymore, the name doesn't, the label goes away too. Okay, so you no longer have that health problem. So I just wanted to help, with people. So about 10 years of research and experience, I just wanted to share with people what I know. So I'm not claiming to be an expert, but just doing a bit of research really helps me understand things and makes it clear and simple. So hopefully I can convey that to you. And then you feel more empowered to take care of yourself and others. Okay? So let's go to inflammation. What is inflammation? So I have a bit of a definition here. Inflammation is a process by which the body's white blood cells and the substances that they produce protect us from infection, okay, from foreign organisms such as bacteria, fungus, and viruses. So hear that, guys. Is inflammation bad? Not necessarily. It's protecting us. So your body is actually doing something absolutely normal, okay? It's only when it's chronic and prolonged and it keeps on working so hard, when the tissues break down, it becomes a problem, okay? But, we've fed some ideas like, autoimmune, you have autoimmune or something similar to that. And people think of that and think, oh, my body spontaneously creates inflammation and it attacks itself for no apparent reason. And so what that implies is you're broken, right? And there's nothing you can do about it. So it's the luck of the draw. You have old or whatever it is, and it just happened to you. Too bad. I'm so sorry, right? For me, I felt like, well, I don't want to have autoimmune problems. What the heck? How can I fix this? I want to fix it. But the implication was, sorry, no fix. That's it. Buy into it. Settle into it. That's part of your name now. It's your part of your identity. Good luck with the rest of your life. So I didn't like that at all. So I did more research. And basically, some people's definition is autoimmune disease is in which the body's immune system attacks its joints and causes inflammation and lining. What does that mean for you? Joint pain, stiffness, and sometimes even loss of normal movement. Yeah, great. Yep, but then what? Really, that's oversimplified. So it's not the complete picture. So I want to help you understand that the body doesn't attack itself for no reason. That pain is a clue, a feedback to you that something's wrong, something's misaligned or unbalanced in you. Okay, take that as a clue and start there. Okay, so wherever you hurt, start there and then go backwards, and you'll find that, you know, you'll have the relief that you're looking for. Today's message, guys, is a hopeful message. There's hope, there's relief. Okay, so if you have friends that suffer all these pains and it looks like it's a physical thing, oh yeah, a tennis elbows, or I played tennis all my life, or I played golf all my life, or whatever it is, and you think it's just that one problem because you've used your arms, used your legs, used your knees so much, used your back. You know what, maybe that's not the only thing, right? Maybe that's not just the physical thing. All right, just to open the mind up and just look at some other possibilities. Okay, so why do we have inflammation? This is really important. If you get this, the other problems you can, you know, really categorize in a simple way. So as a school teacher, I mean, I hope this doesn't sound like this a professor lecture, but this is how I think. So what if I tell you that the body is very intelligent and it's looking for a moving, changing target, such as fungus, and we call that fungus Candida albicans, right? So your body is looking for this target that is constantly moving out of your body, around your body, and it's changing as well. So one lady in particular, she's told me, she said, I have migratory arthritis. And I thought, that's exactly it. This fungus is like really traveling throughout her body. Okay, that's migrating. So one day it's here, one day it's here. Okay, so what do we do about it? We can't just say, oh, let's switch off all of the switches in my body so I don't feel. Okay, so use as a clue and gauge how well you're doing, how much you change. Okay, so inflammation, right, is a fungus problem. You treat it as a fungus problem and you're halfway there, okay? And the inflammation, when it's prolonged, causes tissue damage because the blood flow in that area is more than usual and is trying to get at that fungus, right? So just know that wherever you've got pain, hey, there's a lot of probably concentration of fungus there in the system, right? And your body's trying to attack it with that inflammation, with fire. You know, it's fighting. There's a war. So it's staging an attack on something foreign. If your body has large amounts of toxins and debris, okay, the cells in the body are not communicating properly. So your cells are giving and sending unintended signals. So that it's an internal communication system breakdown. Okay, I hope that makes a little bit of sense to you. So basically, your body is staging this ineffective losing battle because we're continuing feeding that fungus with something, and your body constantly is fighting this battle, and it just keeps on growing back. Okay, so the fungus leaves the toxins in the bloodstream, causing this chronic inflammation. It leaves us this byproduct. It's called beta-alanine. Okay, so this byproduct, beta-alanine, it lowers the amino acid taurine. Now, taurine is important for magnesium and potassium delivery into cells. So your cells don't get this ammunition anymore. It doesn't have a magnesium. It doesn't have potassium, right? Potassium, sorry. So taurine is important to bind with toxins, to remove toxins from the liver. So now it might lead to liver problems, fatty liver disease. You see, your liver can't filter properly. All right, so it's just one thing after the next. It's just like a spiraling downwards of this battlefield inside your body, and we're causing, it's a losing battle. So the toxins that the fungus leaves behind, another one is called acetaldehyde. I think I'm saying it right, I've practiced, and it's similar to formaldehyde. So this here causes irritation in the mucous membrane. So large doses of this can cause death from the respiratory paralysis and other problems. It's just as toxic as ethanol is, all right? And it causes lots of other problems, cancer and, scarring inside our body. So there's a quote there for those people who are listening in our podcast. You can go onto the website and just read about it there. So anyways, there's other toxins too, like heavy metals and debris, and from medication that blocking cell receptors. And I told you earlier, it causes miscommunication between cells. Right? We really need our cells to communicate well. So, there's medications that are acid blocking, and it stops our body from absorbing iron, B6, folate, and zinc. And so sometimes you say, oh, my body's lacking in all of these vitamins and minerals. You probably eating enough, okay, but sometimes your body's not absorbing it because these toxins and debris are in the way of your body absorbing it, okay? So these toxins causes a decrease in digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid in your stomach, okay, which reduces your body's ability to digest too. So you can see that one thing leads to the next, and leads to the next, and it's just spiraling downward, and you think, okay, what do I do? All right, so it can cause lots of problems, like I said, with the digestive problems from the refined carbohydrates, alcohol, and more overgrowth of the candida fungus. Now, okay, we know that this inflammation, it does all of these things, right? So what are inflammatory diseases? And this is a very short list of them. Okay, so diseases, Crohn's, diabetes, allergy, asthma, all forms of arthritis. So that includes lupus, osteo, you name it, rheumatoid, okay? Autoimmune disease, anything that they label under autoimmune, because your cells are not functioning as it should, guys. Celiac disease, okay, I can't even say this word, gout, hepatitis, other bowel diseases, even transplant rejection, there's inflammation there, and so much more. Sometimes when you think of your disease, don't think that, oh, my body's just broken, it just happened, I just luck of the draw, and I'm just so unlucky, okay, or it's genetics. Okay, try to see it as at a different angle and see if you can't, do something about it. You've got the power to improve the situation somehow. Okay, so guys, my suggestion, I have a list of 5 things that I suggest you try, okay, and see if you don't see any difference in your body. Okay, so the first thing here, okay, is have an anti-inflammatory diet. All right, so this means you have to recreate your diet to make sure that you don't have a lot of grains of corn, fed beef or other meats. Reduce or just avoid sugars and all forms of refined sweetness. The natural sweetness of fruits and vegetables, that's fine. But this is like the artificial forms that have the fibers removed, okay? Of course, refined flours and grains, alcohol, caffeinated beverages, and other commercial forms of dairy. Okay, so the things that are filled with xenoestrogens, okay, those can cause a lot of problems in our body. Okay, so basically eat fresh, eat whole, so as close to nature as possible, so the form of the food should be as close to recognizable, okay? Yep. Okay, so, I don't know if you guys have experienced the Lifelong Vitality Pack, but that's exactly what the Lifelong Vitality Pack is designed to do. It's an anti-inflammatory kind of system. So where you have vitamins and minerals, right, that your body can absorb. So you've got ammunition. And then you have very high quality omega oils. So if you think of omega oil as the fire blanket to fire, inflame, right? Inflammation. So omega oils are fat, kind of puts out the fire, okay, or balances the body. And then you have herbs that help with the cellular health. Okay, so that's the start. So sometimes your body just needs some building blocks, some tools, some ammunition to start, to help it with that war against the fungus. And a lot of people, they don't realize that when they start using the Lifelong Vitality Pack, there's a lot of gut oils in there. You've got your frankincense, peppermint, ginger, and clove. All of those oils in there actually helps cleanse your gut and cleanse your cells. And then it helps you remove a lot of that fungus. So people come to me after using the supplements for a couple of days even, and they say, hey, I'm going to the bathroom more, right? How about you guys? Have you experienced the Lifelong Vitality Pack? Yeah, we have lots of nodding. Yeah, that alone sometimes will help people feel less pain in their body. Yeah. Okay. Anybody want to share stories? So for me, it took me about 6 months. And that's incredible. If somebody said, hey, I'll fix all these problems in 6 months, I'm like, how much? Okay, what do I do? And here I did it on my own. And then I want people to feel that way. I want them to feel empowered to be able to fix their health imbalances on their own. Okay, so that's the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It helps supplement your anti-inflammatory diet. Okay. And then we do have this deep blue polyphenol. This is a herb form in doTERRA. So for symptom management in the meantime, because sometimes it's so uncomfortable, you can't think straight. You kind of have some assistance as you go along this journey. Okay. So the deep blue polyphenol, you can take 2 capsules with food per day, and you can actually do it 1 capsule morning and 1 capsule at night. So you can do that too. Okay, so that is amazing for that inflammation. Okay, another thing. There's number 2 thing I do to help people is, I suggest that they do the 30-day cleanse. That's a system that doTERRA has with supplements and other products to cleanse the organs and cleanse the gut. And it's not just for the 30 days. Sometimes, after you do 1 cleanse, you can give yourself a bit of a break and then do it again and again and again until you see that your body has changed. I remember telling my friend, I think it was Stacy that said, hey, my daughter says she feels great. She did the cleanse, she feels great. And then we're like, oh, that's good. And she thought that this is her new norm. It's fantastic. And then after a little while, she did the cleanse again. And then she's like, wait a minute. I was in pain. I didn't realize I was still in pain. But now this is my new norm. I'm even better. So you can see and gauge how clean you are on the inside by how much energy you have, how healthy your hair is, how moist your skin is. And, all of these little signs, especially that inflammation, right? Your body starts to repair its tissues and cells. And for me, I couldn't make a fist in the morning. I woke up and I'm like, okay, my fingers can only go that far. And then I roll off the bed and, I have to pull myself up slowly. So since I'm down there already, I just thought I'll say prayer. And then after that, I'll pull myself up. And it takes me a while to kind of warm up. And that was just, it's not normal for somebody that young, right? Early 30s to be in such a state. So I really wanted to make a huge change in my life. And now I feel younger and look younger than I was before. Stacey, did you want to say something? Share?
Yeah, I myself and my daughter have experienced different types of pain you know, we didn't realize what it was all from. But we've also found that if we don't keep up with our gut, the pain will, you know, come back. And we've changed the products in our home, so we know that what it is, you know, and we know that we just have to stay on top of our gut. And I can tell, I have really bad scoliosis, and I had been rear-ended a long time ago, so I had really bad neck and shoulder pain. And I can tell that my neck will start to like just get a little bit tense. And I know that it's time to get ready to do the cleanse. So we do it in our house every 3 months because we just can't get by without doing it. Like, we feel so much better. And we were just saying, just with the lifelong vitality, I've done it long enough to experiment what happens when I don't take one, or when we're waiting for an order to come in and we run out. And I can tell the difference with not having enough omega, or not having enough Terrazyme, or different things. I can tell now what it does to my body and how my body responds. So it's just something I'm always just going to stay with, because I've seen how much it improved our aches and pains, and, you know, things that we didn't even really were aware. We just thought it was part of life. Like, kind of like Jade said, sometimes my feet, I couldn't walk on my feet when I woke up in the morning. Like, it hurt to put pressure on it. And I was kind of like, and me too, I was early 30s, like 34. And I was like, is this how the rest of my life's going to be? Like, your feet have to carry you everywhere. So, you know, on my back, I was already used to that aching, but my feet was my new thing. But when I started to just, you know, cleanse and go through it, I felt improvement, but it didn't just take one. Like, each one, it got better and better, and other things started to resolve too. So if you're experiencing it for the first time, just note your different changes, but look forward to the next one too, because I think you'll continue to see some improvement each time.
And I think, yes, Stacey, wouldn't you agree that you should have like a journal or something? Yes, so you do that new norm that you don't realize that you've made huge changes. You take it for granted, and only when I see somebody that's suffering, that's complaining about all their aches and pains, that I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that. But you know, I've got all this energy, and I think this is, you know, it's not usually, it wasn't like this. Yeah. So keeping a journal will help.
And like Jade said too, it's kind of funny, but your skin changes, your face will change. Like, my face kind of filled out. Like, we look at pictures and we're like, now how are we getting younger as we're getting older? But you truly, like, everything starts changing from the inside out. Your appearance even changes too, because you're healthier, your cells are healthier. So you'll notice different changes that you weren't expecting, but that are pleasant surprises, you know.
Yeah. So that's awesome. It's from the root. And, you know, the number 3 thing that I would do is to do emotional healing. Okay, so this is a very important step, because it's at the root that we need to engage. So there's some books here that we have. The first book here is called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die. Okay, and the second one is You Can Heal Your Life. And guys, it's amazing when you own your own power, you take responsibility how you feel and how you think, and you reduce the stress and change your approach to life, your I guess perspective, how your body changes along with it, and your body's able to absorb more nutrients, and it's able to repair more effectively. So I noticed some people that have done that, they've had huge changes in their life. So just to give you an idea, so fungus, the emotion of fungus, okay, is a stagnating belief, or refusing to release the past, letting the past rule today. Okay, so, you know, you've met them, you met those friends that talk about somebody hurting them, the past, this happened and that happened, my ex, my whatever. They still bring up that, and you can still feel that pain in their story. Okay, so that's fungus, allowing that negative stuff to still fester inside of us. Okay, so that fungus is the rot inside of us. Those candida fungus, if you don't realize, it's the fungus that actually rots your body when you die. It helps your body decay. So we're decaying on the inside. We really need to get rid of it so that we're living. So a positive affirmation to change your thoughts. It can be like, I live in the present moment, joyous and free. Okay, so teaching yourself to think more in that line helps. Okay.
Can everybody hear us okay? Some of you are saying you have sound problems. Thumbs up if you can hear okay.
I can hear you guys, but it's a little bit mechanical.
A little bit mechanical.
Oh, okay. I wonder if it's yeah. Well, we'll just keep going and yeah, let us know how it feels.
Yeah, let us know if it goes down. You can't make out what we're saying.
Okay. Alrighty. So
I'll see if I can fix it.
if you look up inflammation, you need to get rid of that negative emotional cause. So the negative emotion is fear, seeing red, inflamed thinking, okay, or just anger, and and sometimes it's just anger towards yourself, right? So the positive affirmation that you could adopt is, my thinking is peaceful, calm, and centered. Okay, and for me, I just had to train myself. Train myself to think this way and adopt this new thinking. If I really wanted to change permanently. Okay, so arthritis, the negative emotions, feeling unloved, criticism, resentment, right? And the positive affirmation is, I am loved. I now choose to love and approve of myself. I see others with love. Okay, so the other book, that's Feelings, that's You Can Heal Your Life, but in Carol Truman's book, Feelings Buried in Life Never Die, she says arthritis is severely criticizing self or others, holding on to feelings of hostility, long-term tension or anger in life, feelings of anxiety, depression, enduring over long periods of time. So you can see how it's kind of a mirror of the prolonged inflammation, right? It's like an extended chronic inflammation because it's just holding on for so long. It kind of breaks down your tissues and causes something called arthritis. Repressed anger that eats you up. Okay, so that the gut rot, that's it's eating you up, right? You need to be bright, rigid in thinking and feeling, and uncompromising, inflexible. So you kind of ask yourself some honest questions and change how you feel about yourself. Okay, so if you think about it, it's just stinking thinking, and we just, as soon as we can adopt the new thinking and let go of the old, we can change. So I have a picture here, little diagram. This is how my brain thinks. So here's the person. They're in their mind. Okay, things go round and round in circles in their mind, and they have fearful energy, which is all the negative energy. Okay, because our emotions come under two categories. It can be a fear base or a faith base. So if we're fearing and we're holding on to that energy inside our head, then we rob the gut of movement, okay, of flow of energy. So things slow down there. So if you're eating food and it's in a warm environment and it stays in there because you're not eliminating, and what happens? That food festers, right? That food ferments and rots in there. And what happens if you eat several meals and you have several days of, so then there's some echo. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what's causing the sound. Difficulties. You can hear us, but it's just a little bit of echo.
I think it's like the Zoom, or is this our computer?
I don't know.
All right. Should we just continue, or what can we do?
Yeah, let's continue. Can you guys make out what we're saying at least? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right. So our gut, if you're eating multiple meals and you're not pooping and you only go to the bathroom maybe once every day or two, you know, you've got a lot of buildup in there, okay? And what happens when there's a lot of buildup? The fungus, it outgrows your gut and it leaves your gut and it travels throughout your body. So, so number 2 down here, you see that the gut slows down and it becomes a place for Candida fungus to overgrow, and it leaves your body, leaves your gut. Sorry, it leaves your body, leaves your gut. It tries to leave your body through the skin too sometimes. And then number 3 here is toxins and invaders accumulate and damages cells over time. And the mature Candida grows a tail and leaves your gut and gets into the areas of the body where the energy is the weakest. So this is why it's important to understand where is it manifesting. Okay, if it's manifesting in your joints, ask yourself some honest questions about, you know, being flexible. Did it manifest in, say, your knees? You know, ask yourself those questions. In your fingers. I had a lady say, hey, I've got arthritis in my fingers. And I said, this is about worrying too much about the details of life. And she's like, oh, that's me, you know. And I said, just resolve it, because that's where your energy is the weakest and that's where the fungus can accumulate more. But it's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful feedback. It helps you change, because that's why we're here. We're here on earth to change and improve. And your body gives you a little bit of a hint and a nudge to change, okay? So now if you make those changes, if you cleanse your gut, right, if you just clean everything out, change emotionally, then your gut will eliminate more effectively, and so the Candida fungus and other toxins are removed, and then your body can heal itself, and the tissues repair, and then you no longer suffer from those ailments. Okay, so it's been amazing to watch people using essential oils, changing their mindset, and finding so much relief. Okay, so the 4th step here for you is using essential oils, and I'll make some suggestions of the oils that I like to share with people and like to use myself. The number 1 oil for inflammation is the DDR prime. Okay, every single oil in the DDR prime is fantastic for cellular repair and transformation. In other words, anti-cancer, right? So take this morning and night, guys. Rub it on the areas that you have issues, and you see there's going to be some changes. But like everything we do, it's always a holistic approach. Don't just buy yourself a DDR prime and expecting like miracles to happen. Although we've seen some amazing results, but just to have it more permanent, take that holistic approach. Okay. Sorry, what's that? Thank you for that, Stacey. DDR prime comes in 2 forms. It's a liquid form as well, so you can take that internally and then you can rub the oils on. Okay. Also citrus oils. You know, wild orange, lemon, lime, grapefruit, tangerine. If you do it daily, you'll keep the gut clean and keep things flowing. Make sure you're pooping about 3 times a day. Okay. If you're not, then you're still in your mind. Okay, you're still worried and overthinking. We're here to practice intuition, following the heart, following the gut instincts. So make quicker decisions and think things through, but not overly thinking things through. Alrighty. Other oils that I really like that you can massage on your body, maybe dilute it first, is wintergreen. Okay, wintergreen is the oil of surrender, releasing the need for control. You can say, I release the need of control, and I surrender to the will, I surrender my will, and rely on divine power and intelligence. Okay, so deep blue is the oil of soothing, the soothing oil. Okay, surrendering those aches. Accept and surrender to eggs, because I know they are somehow for my higher good. So this is helping you transcend that the experience. Sometimes we say, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy until I feel better. I'm not going to be happy until things fix itself. So Deep Blue is a soothing blend. I'm going to fix that later. And it helps soothe the heart and helps you feel like I'm okay. I can accept experiences around me and still be happy as I journey to a more peaceful, happy place. So it's an oil that's great for transcending. Cypress, the oil of motion and flow. I flow and adapt to life's changes, and I allow mistakes in my life to help me grow. I release the need to be perfect now. Okay, white fur or Siberian fir, they're great oils for generational healing. Sometimes we hold on to generational garbage, things that, like my dad, he was telling me how, bitter he was about the communists, okay? And, he prays that we don't have that bitterness, and I'm grateful that he is aware of that. We don't want to pass the anger and the strain onto our younger generations, okay? So there's an affirmation there as well, okay? Douglas fir, the oil of generational wisdom.
Just on the white fir,
yep.
You guys are probably aware you can't buy white fir anymore. That's why Jay was saying white fir, or now maybe even better oil to use is this Siberian fir.
Yeah.
So use that as a substitute.
Yeah, it's actually better. It's better. Okay, so Douglas fir is another one. Douglas fir is like a younger tree. It kind of gives you that youthful approach to life, and that you can make your own, create your own culture, create respect for your old, but then, you can start afresh. Don't perpetuate things that are not supportive and not good. Sometimes people pass on patterns that are not good. Okay, so you're allowed to change those. Lemongrass is the oil of cleansing. It cleanses toxic negative thoughts and feelings. So you can say, I have clarity and no longer need to hold on to material things or old material things, old thoughts, old feelings, old memories. Okay. And Jamie loves the firs. Yep, I love the firs too. Peppermint oil is the oil of the buoyant heart. I release any resistance to a happy heart. I'm optimistic, renewed, and positive. You know what, guys? Sometimes your heart is heavy, and you carry that heavy heart around, and you don't even notice. There's a very, very few people that I've ever met that did not like peppermint oil. But one guy in particular, he just did not like it at all. And just looking at him and hearing him when he speaks, I could tell that he insists on being heavy. So his physical body is heavy. He says when he swims, he sinks, right? And, this happened in his life, this happened in his life, and all of these things. It's like, I insist on holding on to all of that. And I thought, oh boy. But on the other hand, I met another gentleman, and when he discovered peppermint, it was an aromatouch training. He smelled it, I couldn't get enough. His smile was from ear to ear. And I talked to him, I said, this oil is about a buoyant heart. Has your heart been heavy? And his eyes just popped out of his head, and he said, oh, yes, Jane. My wife just left me, right? And I've just been so miserable, but I don't know what it is about this oil that just, it makes him feel like, okay, I can have a fresh start. And I was shocked. I was like, wow, you're awesome. How can that happen? But anyways, out with the old, in with the new, right? That was really positive experience. So if you find that, you have this cloud over your head a lot, perhaps just diffuse lots of peppermint. The other oil that I have here is birch. Some of you have birch, some of you don't. If you're lucky enough to go to convention and you get a convention kit, you get birch with it. And it's been like that for the past, 6 years or so. Hope they continue that. but it's an oil of support. It's you supporting yourself. Okay, to be honest, it's not, you know, when people smell it, they're like, yeah, it's true, because my family, my husband, my kids, they don't support me. And I tell people it starts with you. I support myself. I allow others, you know, especially divine helpers, to support me. So once you support yourself, then you send out that energy of this person is important enough to be supported. Another oil, if you don't have birch, you can use manuka. Okay, so manuka is free this month if you order a 200 PV oil order. And so, guys, you've got no excuse now. Call your neighbors, get everyone to go in with you for that order so you can get that manuka, because it's the oil of being upheld. You uphold yourself, and then people around you will uphold you. Then your aches and joints, you know, will be happier, because it's strong enough to hold you up, you see. Okay, so birch or manuka. The last one here is helichrysum. Helichrysum already appears in deep blue, but helichrysum is the oil of pain. So I have to put ache here because it's confined. You know, you can say to yourself, I allow myself to fully heal from all aches, traumas, and anguish from the past. Our subconscious sometimes likes to hold on to it because we're fearful that if we forget it, that we will repeat it, or we will allow it to happen again. So if we think of that pain, then, you know, somehow we're safe. But unfortunately, when you focus on something, you create more of it. All right, so you have created more pain in your life because you're focusing on pain. So it's just interesting. Yes, you will remember. Just trust that you're smart enough to remember. But we're going to let that go and accept that as a blessing. And then, you know, perhaps, you know, your pains will be gone. You're letting that pain go. Okay, so so Debbie says, Manuka, the oil of being upheld. Okay, so just happy to be more acquainted with it. All right, so I want to hear from you guys. And that's what I have for you tonight. I know I just blasted through this, but give you a summary. Inflammation is your body searching for the toxins, for the fungus, right? And it's trying to attack it, right? When you're cleaning your body out of all of the bacteria, the fungus, and the toxins, your body can communicate again. The cells can communicate with itself again. The reason why your fungus is in there in the first place, because you allow it, right, is that the thinking, you know, you don't support yourself, you allow negative things to stay, right? And as soon as you let those things go, your body will release those things too, physically, right? And around you, in your world, those negative parasitic people will leave your circle as well, okay? So it's amazing when you heal on multiple levels.
Can I comment?
Yeah, please do.
We're just talking about fungus and stuff, but I think, like, when people talk about gut health, it's also about fungus, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when I see a lot of people who ask me for help in regards to all their health concerns, it all seems to come back to fungus or gut problems. So I feel like I feel like it's almost like the root cause of every problem or disease that's labeled out there.
Yeah.
So if we can clean our gut and, you know, take care of like the fungus and the inflammation, then most of the health issues will go away.
Yep.
So I feel like this is a pretty important topic.
Yeah.
So
Jamie, the fungus is low vibration, right? The opposite of low vibration is high vibration, which is light, happy, love, right? So those people who believe in God, you know, this is the opposite of God, right? The fungus, negative, the dark side. The light side is up there with healing and love. So
I think I really liked your chart with the picture of the lady on there, because I feel like I've let a lot of things go in regards to the fungus side, but perhaps it is my energy that's stuck in my head more often than not, and therefore it's creating a blockage to the energy flow through to my stomach. So
yeah, I like that, Jamie, because I do the same. I'm thinking, oh, today I only went once. You know, I'm thinking, what am I holding on to? So like, let that go. And then as soon as I think that, I tell you, my body says, and then I can go. But it's a good gauge how you're doing in the world. And then, of course, I never let myself get to the point where I have that arthritic pains and stuff anymore. Because I know my body now. Yeah. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Did that make sense? Anything you want me to clarify?
Any other questions or comments? Your experiences?
I'm gonna.
Tippy?
Very good information. I'm realizing tonight I love the affirmations and the reminder that we need to be doing affirmations on a regular basis. I've listened to a Wayne Dyer video last night. I'm reading a Wayne Dyer book, and he speaks a lot of positivity and surrounding ourselves with positivity. And that was a really good reminder for me tonight. So thank you for the affirmations again. That's what I need to add back into my everyday.
Yeah, it's good to have that association. Never use oils just for the physical, right? Because you're trying to change.
Yeah, for sure. And one other thing, you know, when I hear a lot of people complaining of the aches and pains of aging, I just made myself a note. I was typing in my note section. What did I type here? You know, I have always wanted to live to be 120. Whatever. Okay, take it for. But I don't want to be living with inflammation. You know, I don't want to be decrepit. And so if I'm going to live to 120 years, I have to get rid of some of those vices that I have with regards to eating and holding on to negativity. So really great ideas. So anybody who's complaining of aging and, oh, it's because I'm 40, 50, 60, 80, it's inflammation. And that Lifelong Vitality Pack is really key to getting rid of that inflammation. When I forget that for 2 to 3 days in a row, I feel like I'm 80. And I keep thinking, no, I'm going to live to 120. I can't feel like this. This is not okay. And so it's a good reminder to get rid of the garbage that's going in all ways, physically into our stomachs and also into our mind.
Fantastic. I have a scripture, and it's in Mark, and it's about what goes in the man defiles the man, does not defile the man, but what comes out of him defiles him. So what that scripture means to me is that how you think is more important, because you can take something that's like fungus and other toxins, and then you can eliminate it. You can manage it. You can get rid of it, all right, effectively if you have a positive spirit, okay? But if you have a negative spirit, even if you have good stuff, I've had people that eat super clean, they have their own gardens, everything is super organic. They come to me with, you know, the inflammation, they have lots of eczema and stuff all over. And they look skinny, they look, not, I want to say healthy because their skin's all flaky, but they're like, I don't get it. I don't know, well, what's wrong? All right. And it's like, you're eating healthy, I get it, but your body's not absorbing because inside we haven't changed. All right. So I hope that helps you guys. Did it help the people? If you were on this call and if you were hoping for something, I hope it met your needs. Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Peaches.
Hi, Peaches. I just want to ask, I love the Douglas fir oil. How would you recommend that I use that if I want to use that as far as inflammation is concerned? Is it just diffuse it?
You can actually rub it on your body. I'm just going to mute you for a second while I speak. So, Peaches, It's a fur oil. It's one of those oils you can rub on your skin and muscles and massage. So rub it on, but you know, you can use it aromatically. I suggest for you, knowing who you are too, you can adopt a new, I guess, affirmation. So the affirmation for you could be something like, the buck stops here. I'm creating new positive patterns for my family. Okay, because you know in your mind there's a lot of patterns that that family has perpetuated for generations, and so the buck stops here, right? So that's why your body's saying yum, Douglas fir, yum, yum, yum. It's now your, I guess, your mantle to take a new culture forward. Okay.
You started to say something else?
No, Peaches? Did you say something?
Yes, hello? Yeah, you said the buck stops here. And now you sound like you were going to say something else. Were you saying anything else after that? Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Maybe we can talk again. Yeah, it's about just creating new culture, new patterns for your family.
Yes. Okay, now remember how we had that session and you told me about a couple of oils to use. Wintergreen, I know, was one of them. It was my knees and feet and stuff. So okay, all of that kind of went away.
Awesome.
And stuff. Yeah. But then I had like an attack on my back. I hurt my back. It seemed like something that kept coming back. Now, in the beginning of the year when I met with you, I just think this is interesting. When I had talked to you, I think it was in January, I was doing the protocol and the regimen that you gave me, and things started getting better and things started flowing and stuff. And all of a sudden, I think like it started in April, my back like went out and then I got better like in a couple of days, and then it happened again the next month. Mm-hmm. I was using like Deep Blue, the cream, and different stuff, a little wintergreen. I made my own concoction. Okay, and then like that, this lasted a couple more days than before. Then it happened again in June, and I mean it was severe. It was so severe. I was on my knees calling Jesus, and I was like, I never had an attack like this. What is this? And they thought maybe like, you know, the disc in the spine, and I got checked out. I had MRIs, x-rays. They saw some narrowing, they said, in the spine in certain places, but no really damage to the disc, like they weren't bulging or anything. So I'm like, that's good, but why does my back feel like this? They were giving me medications and stuff. I'm like, the knees and the feet and the shoulder, and now it's the back. It's like a back attack out of nowhere.
Yeah, and let me tell you, when with healing, I'm sorry, I know that there's some of you are on here for the business call, but the healing, it doesn't just one thing and gets rid of everything. Okay, it's not like that. We peel a layer off at a time, kind of like the onion layer. So your feet and your legs hurt, and now it's better. And now your body's asking for attention in the back, and you know that the back is about supporting of self, upholding yourself, right? So we call this chasing the dragon, right? That the dragon, you know, beat him down here on the legs and everywhere else on your knees, you're great, and now the dragon has moved to your back. Your back wants that attention. So the manuka, all right, you got it, manuka. You've got the birch oil. If you have birch, use those oils. But now you have to allow yourself to approve of yourself. That's kind of weird, right? But approve of yourself, validate yourself, and give yourself the support you want. So you no longer need other people to approve of you, to tell you that you're good enough. You're not asking everybody for their opinion anymore. You follow your heart, you follow your gut, and then when you uphold yourself like that, you find that people support you. Okay, but it starts here. It starts here, and
Okay.
the area of the back, then you can look it up in those books. You know, what kind of
Yes.
you're looking for.
Okay. I got it. Thank you so
Yeah.
very much. I appreciate it.
Private message too. For
Lots of love.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Thank you for your comments. So it's almost time. So guys, I think we can wrap it up and end our recording here. But we're just going to hang around here. So if you want to talk some more, we can happily talk with you. So
Okay. We'll
thanks
go
for
ahead and
joining
end the
us.
recording.